Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Tech Talk on Overland Garage. And today we're talking about overland preparation and what is needed in order to get ready for an overland trip, or after you've gone on an overland trip before you go on the next one. So I hope you enjoy the content, and thank you for watching Overland Garage. So you're getting ready to go on a trip, and you got to ask yourself a question: what am I going to need for the trip? What things, preventative maintenance wise, should I be looking for in my vehicle? And basically what kind of things that we're going to need prepare, just to make a list of things that you need to get ready for the trip. I'm going to show you what I'm working on today, and the only reason why I'm working on these things is because, first of all, I don't want to get stranded. Second of all, I want to make sure that I have everything I need. And thirdly, I'm going out into the wilderness where I don't have these services like cell phone service, recovery services. So I need to make sure that I'm ready for the trip and the vehicle's going to make it. So as you can see, first thing this morning, I've decided, I'm going to go through, number one, my lights. I'm going to go through my suspension components, check all the fluids, and just a bunch of preventative maintenance things that you want to have on board. So number one, the lights. So I had a third brake light that wasn't working, and legally you need to have a third brake light, especially since the spare tire covers most of the clearance lighting in the back on the tail lights. You could just barely see them, so third brake light necessary. Had to do some wiring, as you can see, and got that all squared away. Second of all, I did some interior lighting. I noticed that the last time I took the truck on a trip, all the dash lights are green and the lights were just annoyingly bright driving at nighttime. So I changed all these to red. Red is good because it doesn't dilate your eyes. And then thirdly, I noticed this when I was driving, and it drove really funny. And so, I don't know if you can see what I can see, but I got some negative camber issues going on. So I think I got a wheel bearing that's loose, and so we're gonna tighten that up. Other than that, we're just gonna check all the fluids in the truck. I gotta do a carburetor adjustment, and then she should be good to go. Next, you're gonna ask yourself, what do I need on an overland trip? Well, that depends on what you're doing and where you're going. For me, I have a couple of totes that I keep all the time that are full of stuff that I will leave in the truck most of the time, so that I literally just throw those totes in the truck. I know I have them. Stuff like hand tools. I keep a couple extra bottles of propane. I keep extra blankets, extra cooking utensils, just basic necessities. And I have a small first aid kit on top of my normal first aid kit that stays in the truck. And I have a bunch of miscellaneous things too, but you want to make a list, and this is a broad scope, this isn't for everybody. Make a list of things that you know that you're going to leave in the truck all the time. And put those things in a tote or some sort of organizational thing, because when you're getting ready to go on a trip, you literally just throw those things in the truck and you go. And you don't have to worry about it. All you have to worry about is food and your basic like clothes, toiletries, that type of thing. But these things stay in the truck all the time. Now, one more thing I want to talk about before we get our act together and continue to pack the truck and get ready for overland trip number 2 is I want to say that if you have anything that you need to update on your electronics, do that. Make sure all your batteries are charged, because there's nothing like getting out there in the wilderness and wanting to record a trip, or you need to make an emergency phone call before you lose service, or say you do have service but your phone's dead and there's no way to charge it. Make sure all your stuff is charged. Make sure all your maps and everything are updated. And it's not a bad idea to always have a backup set of maps. I have a main gazetteer and a couple of other topographical maps I keep in addition to the normal GPS and everything else. So make sure you have your preventative maintenance done. Pack your truck accordingly so that you have supplies on hand all the time. And number 3, make sure your maps and everything are up to date and your electronics are charged. So I thank you guys for tuning in for this small episode of Tech Talk this week, and I hope that you guys are out there and exploring, and be sure to give us a thumbs up, like this video, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys on the trails. This is Overland Garage.